Okay. Intense music. Play something there. Okay, I feel good. What the fuck? Add this fuck face. New. You.
Spoiler alert, that's what you need to do. Go up to the death rate generator here and put the fuse into it in this side. I hope you kept that key handy from Gruff's room, because once you've set the generator to protect instead of destroy, you're going to come to the panels here and input Gruff's code. Gruff's code will change each round, so make sure that you do all of this in the same round, and if you fail, you've got to go another round and try again. If you put the code in correctly, Gruff's safe in the teleporter room will
Built a whole
open, and there are
slot.
two items in
What is
there
going on
that
with
you
my
need to
connection
find.
today?
The first is a pair of tubes which you're going to use for the death ray in a moment, and the second is a gold floppy disk which I believe contains the castle's rocket launch codes. Now you need to go back up to the death ray, and you're going to use that pair of tubes to fix the death ray, I guess, by slotting one into this death ray pillar here, and the other into the death ray pillar on the opposite side of this little area. It's now time to play Simon Says. Yep, moon throwback all up in here, I love it. But first, very, very importantly, you need to switch the death ray itself on the generator from protect to destroy. Or at least I'm pretty sure it's destroy. You're going to play a memory game now with the computer panels. You can find A next to the clock tower and B next to the rocket launch pad. I recommend you do this in the following way. Split your team up into two pairs, pair A and pair B. Pair A are going to be way away from the panels just to make sure that pair B don't have too many zombies to deal with while they're activating the panels themselves. Pair B will be made up of someone playing the game with the computer, with the panels, and the other person should be protecting them at all costs. You don't want to make it any more difficult for the person playing the game with the computer to finish the game successfully. The game is very straightforward. When you start it off by holding square on the panels, you'll see four symbols on the four lower panels, and you've got to remember which symbol is on which panel. You need to go and hold square on the panel that previously, at the beginning of the game, showed you the circle symbol. Then the upper panel will show you another symbol. Maybe it will be a lightning bolt. If that's the case, you need to go and hold square on the panel that previously, at the beginning of the game, showed you the lightning bolt symbol. Do this enough times, the computer will just keep showing you symbols, and you'll get a success chime sound. And if you've got them all right, and your death ray generator switch is on the correct setting, you'll notice that one of these spiked balls of the death ray itself will be glowing. If that's what you're seeing, then great job. If it's not what you're seeing, maybe try switching the death ray control setting to the opposite setting that you previously had it on, and then try the game again, just to see if that makes it work. You need to play the game in the rocket launch area on top of the launch pad and next to the clock tower. And if you do both of them successfully, both of the death ray balls will be lit. If you've got to this point, A, congratulations, you're doing really well. Hopefully the guide has been useful so far. And B, get ready for something super cool to happen in game. On the back of the death ray generator, you'll see a green button. It's lit. Pause this video, press the green button, take a brief look at the death ray balls, and then I recommend you take a look into the sky. Dempsey 1.0 just made an abrupt return to Earth, and with him, he's brought a present for you. The drill generator. It's going to be just next to the rocket on the snow here. You're going to pick it up, and if you guys remember, the Knight's Tomb has a slot for this bad boy that is just the right shape. However, we're not going to actually go and slot it in just yet. First, we're going to go another round and complete the Margwa step again, so that we can go back in time. So, again, you've got to do all of the wisps. Do what you did before, is the same process. Get to the teleporter, everybody stand inside, you'll teleport back to Groth's room. This time, Groth will not be there. Instead, the room will be empty, and after a certain amount of time, this box will open, and inside you can pick up a stone slab that you need to use for the next step. I recommend you basically stand next to the box and just spam square for the entire duration of your time in the room, just to make sure that you pick it up in time. Now that we have secured that stone slab, we can come down to the Knight's Tomb, place the drill generator inside the slot, and out of the tomb will spawn an ethereal keeper. It will wander through the map before stopping in one of 4 locations. When it stops, there will be a white circle on the floor just in front of it. What you've got to do is stand inside the circle, and then around your screen, on the edges of your screen, you will see a glow, a vignette. This entire step is essentially a Souls chest filling step. It's fairly straightforward. You've got to look at the color of that glow, and if it's, let's say, red, then that means you need to use the fire bow to collect souls in front of the keeper, and they should flow into the tablet next to the keeper where it's standing. You have to be inside the circle while you're doing this, and if there are more players inside the circle gets bigger, so it's advantageous to have as many people in the circle as possible, as you'll A, get loads of zombies, so you'll be able to fill the souls nice and quickly, and B, you'll have plenty of space to move around in to make your life a little easier. Keep in mind that zombies only give you souls if they are killed with the elemental bow that your glow is telling you to use. So, purple glow, purple bow. That's the only way you can fill each individual tablet, and there's 1 tablet for each player. And as such, 1 tablet for each bow. One of the 4 locations is outside Double Tap near that 1 wisp spawn. This one is a little different to all the others because in order to actually collect souls here, you need to use the stone slab that you've just picked up so that the keeper can actually start charging. As you can see here, we're shooting the zombies with the correct elemental bow. The souls are flowing into the keeper then moves on to the next location. 4 bows total, pretty straightforward stuff. When you're done with your final bow, the keeper will turn solid, just like you're used to seeing them on Shadows of Evil, and it will wander down to the Undercroft. It will go into the center of the room down there where the pyramid used to be, rise into the air with these big red lasers shooting through it, again, just like Shadows of Evil, and you then need to notice the fact that one of the Souls canisters in the MPD is missing. Turns out, earlier in our game, we already picked up that very soul canister. So you need to go over to the missing one, hold square, plop the canister in its place, and then you're onto one of the most crazy Easter egg steps in Call of Duty Zombies history. Probably the most crazy. Obviously in your game you've already built the Ragnarok DG4,
Still need
great stuff. You need those to be charged up, and what you need to do is have all 4 members of your team standing on the 4 blue squares that you've used previously to activate the pyramid and start the anti-gravity working in there. They'll be lit up blue on the floor, and they'll have little triangles on them. Before I go any further in this guide, I want to make it extremely clear that between you putting in that soul canister into the MPD and you actually completing this next step, you need to make sure that you are set up for a long fight. The first time we completed this Easter egg ever, it took us...
No, what is going on with this? No, wait. Alright, people, I might disconnect, but here we are.